With me now, the Minister of Justice of Bulgaria, Mr. Hristo Ivanov. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello.
You're in the middle of, or you're just about to start, in fact, an ambitious reform for the judiciary and the judicial system in Bulgaria. Can you tell me what are the problems that you've come up against?
A key problem, of course, is reinforcing judicial independence and independence of the individual judge and also of the courts as institutions.
Is that because of a historical role that the judges play?
It's, of course, for a number of reasons. The challenges that we see are connected, of course, because of historic backgrounds, of a difficult transition to democracy, of regional factors, strong influence of criminality also exists. The general problem with corruption. But we are very ambitious in order to address all of these problems, and the strategy lists a very ambitious list of measures to address different forms of pressure on judges and influence on their decision making.
So that's what you talk about when you've identified a strategic objective, which is independence of
Absolutely,
the judiciary.
Yeah. A key aspect of it, of course, is providing the independence from the political sphere and making sure that political lobbies will not be able to influence the decision making of judges and decisions concerning judges, including how a judge is going to advance on her or his career. 75% of Bulgarian judges are women, so her is the most appropriate way to put it.
And is it a question of salaries as well? Presumably judges have to be paid properly.
You know, it's becoming a question of salaries. Generally, Bulgarian judges are paid relatively well against the background of the public sector, but because of different austerity measures, their salaries have not been updated recently, and this issue is coming up. I think that the long-term policy of making sure that judges are well compensated is very important in terms of securing the basic ability of them to live a normal life and keep up with high integrity standards that we expect them to.
And I saw that one of the strategic objectives concerns protection of the rights of citizens as well.
Of course.
What kind of problems have they been encountering in the judicial system?
Basically, one very big problem is delayed justice, but I'm very happy that we're making some progress on this. The number of Bulgarian cases for delayed justice before the European Court of Human Rights is steadily decreasing.
So that's about the length of proceedings?
Length of proceeding, yes. But we're cutting that with a number of measures. We introduced an internal mechanism for compensating victims of delays of lengthy procedures in courts. We're also addressing specific courts which are actually accountable for this trend because of material circumstances. When you have too little office space, you cannot hire new judges. Courts are overwhelmed with work, and then the processing is getting delayed. We just 2 weeks ago opened up a new building for one of the most overloaded courts, so steadily we're moving away from this problem. Another problem, of course, is with the quality of legislation. There we're also looking into possibilities of introducing review of all the proposed legislation from the perspective of European human rights standards to make sure that from the outset they are in compliance with the practice of the Human Rights Court.
And I believe that Bulgaria has some concerns in the field of media freedom or media ownership, let's say.
We are seeing a complex bundle of concerns there that are related, first of all, again, with the fact that the freedom of the media and sort of private ownership of the media is relatively new in a post-transition context in Bulgaria. Also, the technological changes, and also the media market changes are affecting Bulgarian media as it does internationally. And we see how the media is very important in order upholding a healthy political debate and upholding the ability of the majority of the citizenship to believe and uphold the values of the European Union. And so it is very good that the current Secretary General of the Council of Europe has been a champion of the issues of freedom of expression, but more specifically the freedom of the media and having some professional standards there. We see also in the region that before a war comes to knock on a country's door, the propaganda war comes. And so it is very important to uphold professional standards and having everybody's views reflected in all the news outlets.
How are you doing that?
Well, we are for the time being having a lively professional debates, and I'm very encouraged by the fact that actually at the forefront of alarming of these problems are journalists themselves in Bulgaria. But I definitely see Bulgaria as a case in point that we need some common standards and efforts that are larger than what one country can do because the challenges are common. Not only in the region, but I think in many cases in older democracies too. And so we will be looking forward to further initiatives on account of the Council of Europe in order to forward the introduction of professional standards.
Thank you very much for talking to us today, Minister.
My pleasure.